All right, today's topic is intermittent fasting, 5-2 intermittent fasting, avoiding counting calories, freeing your mind. Counting calories can be a real big pain in the butt for a lot of people. So I have some tips right here that should help with that. So hello, for those of you who might not know me, my name is Jessie Zylea. I call myself the health boss. I have learned how to take my health into my own hands, and I like to help people learn how to be their own health bosses and to lose weight without exercise. That's my big passion. So if you want to lose weight on a 5-2 intermittent fasting protocol, but you hate the idea of counting calories, first of all, you are not alone. By the end of this video, you will have a set of straightforward tips that you'll be able to follow and implement that will allow you to be successful on the 5-2 intermittent fasting protocol without counting calories. Yes. So very quick before I dive into it, if you want scientifically driven ways to lose excess weight without exercise, you do not have time to work out, you don't care about working out, or you just can't fit it into your schedule, then subscribe to my channel because that is what I do. Hit the notification bell so that you are the first to know when I release a new video, which is about every week. That's what I strive for. All right, so most of my clients hate counting calories. I hate counting calories, and I've still been able to help people lose weight despite that. And they can do it while they're on a 5-2 intermittent fasting protocol. It is possible. Now, on 5-2, the only days that even involve a numeric value for calories are your fasting days. So if you're not familiar with 5-2, if you want to continue watching this live, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. But then later, go to my channel I have a 5-2 intermittent fasting playlist, and it helps explain what 5-2 is. But very quickly, the quick and dirty on the only days where you have to count calories, those are your 2 fasting days. Basically, for women, you're limited to 500 calories. For men, you're limited to 600 calories. There is a little bit of wiggle room there, but I like to stick to those because generally we're bad at counting calories anyway. What I'm talking about really are your fasting days, where counting calories is typically part and parcel of the 5-2 program. But if you want to lose weight without counting calories at all on your fasting day, then 5-2 actually might be the ticket for you. The 5-2 diet could possibly set you up perfectly for your weight loss goals. Now, I'm not saying that calories don't matter. What I am saying is that you don't have to count calories or weigh your food in order to be successful on the 5-2 diet. So today I have 5 tips that can help you avoid counting calories while losing weight on your fasting days. If there are any questions, then I will take that at the end. I will look at those at the end of this video, and I will address any questions that you ask. Okay, let's get into these tips. Rule number 1 on your fasting days: don't graze. If you don't want to be counting calories on your fasting days on 5-2, don't graze. It is really easy to overdo it on calories without realizing it when you graze. Typically, grazers believe that they're eating a lot less than what they actually are. I think that's a natural thing to believe because grazing typically involves very, very small quantities, but it's quite often over the period of the day. So foods that tend to really, like, grazers tend to love these foods are, like little crackers or little pretzels, and like little chips, little tiny like hard candies, and they believe that these are super innocent. The thing about even like pretzels, you think, well, there's no fat in pretzels, or just a little bit here and there. Pretzels, in case you haven't noticed, they do not fill you up at all. So you're ingesting these calories and you are still really hungry. So it's really easy to overdo it when you graze, to totally overdo your calories. So if you don't want to count calories on a fasting day, don't graze. It means pushing your eating a little bit farther out in the day, but that's okay. Do that. If you don't like sparkling water, well, some people say they don't like sparkling water, but they've never actually tried it. Try it because that could really help you out. I've developed a very keen love for sparkling water when I used to hate it. Or try, you can even do like some black coffee or some green tea really helps as well. Just helps stave off that hunger. And if you want some tips for staving off hunger while you're doing 5-2 intermittent fasting, then email me. I believe I have my email address in the description box below. If not, I will put it there after this live. And email me. I don't have any automation. Just ask for that guide. I have it, and it's totally available for you completely for free. So just let me know you want the guide. All right. The second thing, because I went over not grazing, second thing to do to avoid counting calories on your fasting days on a 5-2 intermittent fasting protocol is to eat foods with high water content. So what does that mean? It tends to mean, and you might not like this answer. Hey, I didn't say you're going to like the answers, but fruits and veggies, watermelon, for example, lots of water in there. That's a really good example. Watermelon tends to be fairly filling too. A mix of starchy and non-starchy veggies, that can also help. So even though, let's say sweet potato, for example, or any potato, even though that tends to be a little bit more calorically dense than, let's say, zucchini, if you mix the two, then that means you're having a little bit less potato. You're making room for some very calorically dilute, water-filled veggie like zucchini, but yet the potato, which is like the most filling food on the planet, that will at least keep you full. So mixing those two things together can be a really great setup for you. My third tip is to spice it up. Salsa is your friend, has very, very few calories. So I don't want you to necessarily consider salsa like a freebie, but one thing that I became a lover of when I was on 5-2 is doing a potato with salsa. I would just dump on the salsa and it wouldn't even matter. And it was so filling. Usually, I couldn't even, if I was really tuning in to my fullness and didn't want to eat past that feeling of fullness, I'd usually have like half that potato and salsa for maybe a late lunch, and then the rest for a dinner with maybe some added non-starchy veggies. And that was a good way to be full without counting calories. Plus, spice tends to make you full, like make you feel full sooner, and tends to keep you fuller for longer. So these are some great things with salsa. So if you don't like salsa in particular, any sort of spicy sauce might be able to help you with that. Speaking of which, do you even like spicy foods? A lot of people do, which is great, but some people don't. So if you like spicy foods, let me know what your favorite spicy food is in the comments below. I'd be really interested to see what your go-to is. I love my chunky salsas, and that's my thing. But what is your thing? All right. Number 4, my fourth tip is understanding oils and nut butters. So even though I'm saying you don't have to count calories, just sort of understanding the basic calorie content of some of these nut butters and oils is extremely important for you. So 1 tablespoon of oil, any oil, is 120 calories. So if you are doing 5-2 and you're on a fasting day and you only have 500 or 600 calories to work with, you're using up 20%, a little bit more than that, of your calories with 1 tablespoon. And when we cook, it's really easy to take that bottle of olive oil or whatever oil you're using and you just do really quickly. Just do a quick drizzle. Well, that quick drizzle adds up to a lot more than what you think it is. And a lot of people discount that and they think, oh, okay, well, I don't have to count that in my calorie counting. I don't have to count that because it was just like a quick drizzle. Yes, you do, because it is so calorically dense that you can blow it really quick when you use olive oil. And nut butters tends to be about, it's less than that. The caloric value of a tablespoon of nut butter is less than that. Tends to be about 100 calories per tablespoon on average with nut butters. So it's not to say that you can't have oil. It's not to say that you can't have nut butters. But if you don't want to count calories, you need to keep that in mind and use extremely sparingly. Okay, so you might not like that tip, but that is the tip, because if you want to really have a decent amount of nut butter oil, then you will have to count calories, but a little tiny bit, that's gonna be okay. Just don't overdo it. All right, and I know that my stance on oil during fasting day can seem a little bit harsh, but this is tough love, and I am about that on my channel. I am about tough love. If you haven't noticed that already, but it's just necessary. So I'm not trying to be mean. If you follow me, you know that my cat likes to appear in videos. She will meow, meow, and that's the only risk of doing these lives is that you will hear her in the background. And so I might have to pick her up. I will try to not have to do that. All right. So speaking of tough love, let's see. I have a tough love video. I have a tough love 5-2 intermittent fasting tips video, and I'll come back after this live, and I'm going to try to put it in an iCard, and I'll put it in the description box below too, so you can find it. Alrighty, my fifth and final tip. Oh, I love her. Okay, my fifth and final tip is eyeballing it. Okay, so oh, stop. Oh my gosh, this is the risk of going live, y'all. Life happens when you go live. All right, so I know that I said this, so this video is about not counting calories, right? But I saw a video once about like, oh, how to not count calories. But what happened is that this guy had everything pre-tabulated in his head. And so he said, how to not count calories is to know what the caloric value is of everything. Well, that's fine and dandy, but that's basically counting calories. So I am kind of, I was annoyed at that video. And so this might annoy you as a tip. I'm not trying to annoy you, but you might want to sacrifice one day's worth of counting calories. And so on one of your fasting days, you might want to go ahead, count your calories. And then for all the rest of your fasting days, if you want to have the same thing or similar things each fasting day, well, then you've already done the work of counting the calories once, and you don't have to do it again. So, I mean, some people might think that's like a cop-out tip, but it really does work. So that tip alone, and you know, the other tips that I shared with you, these can give you a really big boost when it comes to attaining your weight loss goals on a 5-2 intermittent fasting protocol. So anyway, now you have some tools to help you avoid having to count calories all the time when you're doing 5-2 intermittent fasting. And if you're still wondering whether 5-2 is right for you or whether you should try a different weight loss approach, then subscribe, because that's what I talk about. And this is the last video of my 5-2 intermittent series until I do another one in the future. And my next series is going to be about intermittent fasting, but not 5-2. It's going to be about other intermittent fasting protocols that you can implement to get to your weight loss goals. I want to let you know, so if you've stuck with me so far through the end of this video, first of all, thank you. And second, I'm offering something. See, this is why, like, you want to stick with me. I'm offering something that I have not offered before, and that is a free weight loss coaching session. I'm going to do that for the first 9 people who either email me, and I will send you a link to my calendar and you can book through there. Or I might have put the link to my calendar in the description. Let me see if I can see that. Okay, I can't see that, but I might have done that. If you want free coaching, I'm offering it to the first 9 people who reach out to me. The only way to qualify is if you're a subscriber. So if you haven't yet subscribed, subscribe, because you're going to want to do that anyway. I have lots of tips for you. Leave a comment that answers the question that I posed earlier. I'm not going to give you too much of a hint, but regarding spicy food, answer that question because I really do want to know these answers. And then email me with free coaching session in the subject line. And I promise to get you a link to my calendar, and I will, you can just book directly through there. And I promise to give you some actionable weight loss tips that fit your personality and match up with the science, and that it's going to basically help you start to lose weight right away. I promise that I will do this for you. Okay. And before I get to any questions, there might not be any questions, that's okay. Then I just want to ask you to please give this video a thumbs up, because liking and subscribing and commenting, all of this helps out my channel. It helps me to help you. It helps you to help me, and it helps me reach other people that could be in a very similar position to where you're at. And helping people, it brings me joy. So please give this video a thumbs up. I really do appreciate the encouragement. And is that all? I think that might be all. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Let me see if there's anything else. I guess that's it. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the community. I really appreciate all of you. Until next time, ciao.